And I guess that leads us to Game of the Year. So when it comes to Game of the Year, there are 4 games that I am 100% locked in. These will be nominated. The 4 games I 100% think are nominated for Game of the Year: Expedition 33, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those are my 4 locks, because the Game Awards loves nominating a Nintendo game. So what about my other 2? Well, you know who else the Game Awards likes nominating? A Sony game. The only Sony game this year with any real merit is Ghost of Yotei. So I can totally see Ghost of Yotei being our 5th pick. But I don't think that one's guaranteed. The other one is Death Stranding 2. The Game Awards also loves Hideo Kojima. Those are my other 2. I do, however, have some other games that could... because those last 2 slots, I think there are tons of potential things. Another thing the Game Awards loves? Yosa Ferris, developer of A Way Out, It Takes Two, Split Fiction. Split Fiction came out in March. In a much worse year, Split Fiction would be a shoo-in to win. It Takes Two won Game of the Year in 2020. I would normally think Split Fiction would be a lock, but it's just been such a good year, I don't even think it's getting nominated. The recent game that everyone's been talking about, Dispatch, people really like that. It's reviewing pretty well. Recency bias is definitely a thing, which is another reason why I don't think it's going to be Split Fiction. Another big game people loved, Blueprints. Blueprints was the first big indie game of the year. And while it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, it did review very well. I want to say it's still in like the top 20 on OpenCritic. Another game that I do think could be nominated for Game of the Year is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. From people who have played that game, I know a lot of them will say it's one of the best games of the year, that it is a revolutionary game in many ways. But I just don't think it has the market share that some of these other ones do. That's the reason they will take it, as they're just more in the collective audience, whereas Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a little bit more niche. That's why I'd root against that one. But it's totally possible.